Basketball is on the air. Let's go courtside with the voice of the Wolverines, Jared Anderson.
And a very good Friday night to you. Welcome back to Green River High School, where your Riverton Wolverines set to do battle against another Idaho opponent this evening, the Grace, Idaho Grizzlies, a team these Wolverines matched up against last year at the Flaming Gorge tournament, and a team you might be familiar with if you've got Riverton connections with the Draper family, a former Riverton family, moved to Grace, Idaho. Travis Draper, former Fremont County coach and instructor, is now the athletics director at Grace, Idaho. Dallin Draper, his son, graduated last year, played his senior year against his former team, the Wolverines. And there is another Draper, Gavin Draper, a sophomore on these Grace, Idaho Grizzlies that may get a little bit of varsity time this evening. We'll see if he can match up against his former school and former team. Good evening, I'm Jared Anderson, joined by Jason Peterson, our camera operator, producer extraordinaire here at Green River High School. And we're about 8 minutes away from tip-off. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show. As always, we thank Porter's Supply Company at the corner of Sunset and Federal in Riverton for allowing us the chance to chat about the upcoming game. Porter's is your source for stoves, spas, pellets, and more. They've got some great holiday ideas, too. That's Porter's Supply Company. Riverton successful last night, like I mentioned, against Bear Lake, Idaho. They knocked them off 66-37 to improve to 3-2 on the young season. Grace has played one game in the tournament. That was against Farson Eden, and they lost that game to 1A school. Farson Eden is ranked number 4 in 1A, but still a much smaller school than Grace, Idaho. I think shocked a lot of folks at this tournament. A lot of people talking about the game. Farson knocked off Grace 52-49. Grace will play Natrona tomorrow to wrap up their tournament after they take on the Wolverines. They are 3-3 overall, and for anybody comparing it, they did beat that Bear Lake team 2 times already this season. They've matched up against them twice. So if you watched Riverton and Bear Lake last night, Grace was able to knock them off 2 times earlier this season, sitting at 3-3 right now. Coming up on the Porter's Tailgate Show, we continue to chat about not only this game, but we'll recap a little bit of girls basketball. Lady Wolverines were in action earlier today, and we've got a couple of games to look ahead to tomorrow. We're about 6 minutes away from tip-off here. It's Riverton and Grace, Idaho, the Grizzlies, coming at you in just a few moments on both county10.com, where you can find live streaming video coverage and our radio audio coverage on 105.1 Jack FM. Back in just a minute with the Porter's Tailgate Show.
Looking for an upgrade to your vehicle? Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Road and more. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
Coverage of the Flaming Gorge Tournament continues now on 105.1 Jack FM and County10.com.
Jared Anderson, Jason Peterson with you from Green River High School. Second day of the Flaming Gorge Tournament here. Last day will be at this gym. Tomorrow we've got Riverton girls and boys basketball from a couple of new locations. The boys will have a really quick turnaround. They play an 8 a.m. game tomorrow against Thunder Basin High School. I don't know if I've done an 8 a.m. game. I've done a lot of 9 a.m. consolation state tournament games, but I don't know if I've done the 8 a.m. wake-up call before, but that'll be a fun one to see how Riverton matches up against Thunder Basin tomorrow. While you're grabbing your breakfast and your cup of coffee first thing in the morning, you can turn us on and have more RHS basketball right away tomorrow morning. And then at 2:40 tomorrow, it's the Lady Wolverines against Rollins. That'll be at Lincoln Middle School here from Green River, so we'll have coverage of both of those games for you on County10.com and on 105.1 Jack FM. Lady Wolverines fell to the Lyman ladies earlier this afternoon. If you missed it, 50-38. Lyman built a double-digit lead earlier throughout the game, very early on, and they would withhold that lead through most of the game into the fourth quarter. Riverton would certainly make things a lot more interesting, tighten things up to within 5 points, but never got any closer than that. Lyman pulls away 50-38. There were 2 Lady Wolverines in double digits as Paisley Jackson had 14, Haley Ingstrom had 10. I'm told that we are working on some issues with Jack FM. And I am trying to diagnose those issues on the fly, so we will take a short break here from me talking to try to figure out our connection on the radio. We're about a minute away from tip-off from Green River High School. Certainly streaming on County 10's YouTube channel, so if you've got somebody that might be looking for the contest tonight, wondering why we are not currently on the radio, you can have them check it out on our YouTube channel. All right, it is time for the starting lineups. Porter's Tailgate Show, again made possible by Porter's Supply Company at the corner of Sunset and Mountain View in Riverton, making our pregame coverage possible. Got the All Good on the radio side of things, so welcome our audience on 105.1 Jack FM. Apologies for missing a little bit of our Porter's Tailgate Show, but we're just about ready for basketball here from Green River High School. We will not get lineups introduced to the crowd, so we'll just get these on the fly. Riverton starts all seniors: Ty Sheets, Dre Monroe, Hunter Hauk, Brody Dale, Parker Paxton. It is going to throw me off already because I've already got a jersey substitution that I don't have on my starting lineup for Grace, Idaho, so I'm going to run down who the newcomer to the lineup is out there. This is Kobe Rendless-Baker. Rendless-Baker's 3 is not going to drop. Kai Clegg now has it for Grace on the attack first. There's that jersey I don't have, number 40, out there that I'll track down for you. Easton Lloyd is also a starting senior for Grace. Dish underneath, laid up and in. I think that's Landon Moss down low. Landon may have switched from 45 to 40 on me. And Grace has the first 2 points of the ball game. Moss with the rebound on the missed Riverton shot. Now down low, Moss off glass, can't get that to go, and it's Hauk. Take it away for the Wolverines. Hunter races it into the front court, right side, outside for the Wolverines. We've played a minute. There's Hauk, baseline, has it poked away from behind. It's provided two different Grace rosters with a lot of different players, and I don't have a 40 on either of them, so maybe a jersey switch. I do think that that is more than likely Landon Moss wearing number 40, but if anybody knows better on our County 10 YouTube stream, I do think we've got a couple of Grace, Idaho folks checking out the stream, so feel free to drop it into the comments section there, as we've got an issue with the officials, and I almost wonder if that's a scorebook issue with the mismatching jersey. They're going to give a technical foul on Grace, Idaho, I think. And I think that is because of our mysterious number 40 out there. So a not properly aligned scorebook for Grace is going to give Parker Paxton, the sharpshooter for the Wolverines, an opportunity at 2 free throws. Parker's first one rattles home. You want to throw a broadcaster off right away, switch a mysterious player into the game. Parker's got one more to try to tie this up early, 2-2, and he does. Leading scorer for the Wolverines yesterday was Parker. No surprise there. He's got over 1,000 points on his career. Appreciate whomever just texted me that number 40 is Kai Clegg. That comes from Mr. Travis Draper, the athletics director there at Grace, Idaho. Paxton, 3 is not going to drop. Fight for the rebound, tie up, possession arrow favors the Wolverines. So number 40, Kai Clegg. Have him as 14 in my roster. Clegg had the first bucket for Grace. There's a 5 count on Grace defensively. Good defensive pressure all over the floor, and Riverton was unable to inbound, so it'll be Grizzlies basketball. Again, Grace 3-3 on the season. Sorensen will square up for 3. That's no good. Monroe tracked down the long rebound for the Wolverines. Here's Dre racing into the front court. Hand back to Brody Dale for 3. That's no good off to the left side. And Kobe Rindlisbaker will clear some space, grab the board. Kobe works it up the floor. Clegg has it at the top. Kai swinging out to Sorensen, left side on the perimeter. Couple of dribbles, hangs in the air, off to the left side, and a big collision underneath as Clegg got tangled up with Hunter Hauk. Ball out of bounds on the Hauk foul. First foul on the Wolverines. Inbound comes to Clegg, who will hand a Rindlisbaker. Shot will not drop, and Parker Paxton will race away with it. Brody Dale square up for an open 3 and drain it. Brody with the 3-pointer will give Riverton their first lead at 5-2. 5:38 remaining first quarter. Fremont Chevrolet providing our scoreboard tonight. We appreciate Fremont Chevy for their support of Riverton basketball all season long. Rafe Jorgensen with it on the Grace attack. 3 in the corner now. Easton Lloyd can't hit, but he is fouled as Brody Dale knocks him to the ground, and 3 free throws coming up for Easton. First of 3 for Lloyd is good. He'll get 2 more. Give us a chance to thank Tyler Watson, State Farm agent, proud Wolverine supporter. Give Tyler and State Farm Insurance a call at 856-4118 for all your insurance needs. Second free throw is also good. At the end of the game, we'll select our Tyler Watson State Farm Player of the Game. And want to thank Perfect Power Electric and Landers supporting our athletes on and off the courts. Perfect Power Electric makes these live streams possible. All 3 free throws are good. And Riverton takes back over, tied at 5s. Paxton has it knocked away out of bounds from behind him. And it'll be Riverton basketball. It's interesting that this Gray squad has already seen Bear Lake twice. Eli Lucas saved it momentarily, but it'll be a turnover back to Grace, Idaho. Slashing through the lane is a Grace player who commits a personal foul, or the charging foul. Parker Paxton in there to take that charge. Here's what's interesting, and Mr. Draper, if you're listening and want to text me, number 14 is also out there. Kai Clegg is wearing jersey 40. He's listed on the roster as number 14. So if you want to tell me who the new mystery player is, the number 14, that'd be great. I should have just had Travis on color to help me out. Paxton down the lane, can't get it to go, but he is fouled. And Parker, who's already shot a couple of free throws, will have an opportunity at the stripe now. Parker hits the first, 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Derek Hill will check in for Grace, 6-foot junior. These Grizzlies just kind of over that Wyoming-Utah line down there in that neck of the woods. Second free throw from Paxton, also good. Southeast of Pocatello, if that helps you on the map. Lloyd has it up top. Brody Dale on him defensively. Swatted away from Eli Lucas now and taken away by Brody. Here come the Wolverines up by a bucket, and Brody is held. So Joe Clegg is wearing number 14. He switched jerseys potentially with his brother, it sounds like. Brody Dales, they'll hand it off underneath to Hauk, who is fouled on the way up. And Hunter will shoot a pair of free throws for the Wolverines. That is the first personal foul on Kai Clegg. First for Hunter is no good off the front of the rim. He'll get 1 more. Hunter has certainly been a staple of this Riverton starting lineup offensively, as the second one is too strong, no good. The senior does a lot away from the ball, isn't necessarily known for his scoring so far early in the season, but has just been a menace all over the floor defensively, and is one of the team captains on the floor as Clegg goes up, can't get it to drop, but he's fouled. I guess if I just use last names, both of my mystery players' last names are Clegg, so I'll just keep that up. It's Kai and Joe out there. This is Kai at the free throw line. A senior, 6'4", toes the mark, lets it fly, and swishes it. One more for Kai. He'll let it go, knock it down. Soft touch there from the senior, and we're tied at 7, so we've been tied several times in the first 4 minutes. Parker gets by one man, and he is tough to stop with a full head of steam. Parker Paxton has the bucket. He leads all scorers with 6. And a turnover going to give this right back to the Wolverines. All right, Jess up by a bucket now. 3:38 to play first quarter. Ty has it on the dribble. Sheets will lose the handle. It's poked away, taken away ultimately by Derek Hill. Brennan Sorensen also had a lot of defensive pressure. A lot of the earlier crowd filed out with the Green River boys game wrapping up, but this is still one of the larger crowds we've had here at Green River High School, as we've got a whole team coming in behind us now. Shot up and good by Grace, and a foul before Paxton was able to knock it down. And personal foul went on Grace. That was on Rafe Jorgensen. First personal, and Riverton in the bonus, so Parker going to shoot twice. First free throw is good. Breaks get another tie, and Parker now 5 of 5 from the free throw line in just 5 minutes of gameplay, too. Make it 6 for 6. Riverton lead goes 11-9. Inside of 3 minutes, time remaining first quarter from Green River High School. Derek Hill worked on by Blake Gattenbein, who just checked in. Blake will knock it away out of bounds. Easton Lloyd going to return to the Grace rotation. Out comes Derek Hill. Let us know where you're tuned in from. If you're watching along on County 10's YouTube channel, would love to shout you out. Everybody back in Fremont County. I know we may have some Idaho folks on the stream too, so welcome you to the broadcast. Knocked out of bounds, they'll point Riverton direction. Although everybody's staying this way. Now the official up top says, nope, that ball should stay with Grace. Malachi Smith will add a little bit of height into the Riverton roster. Sorensen gathers it in, gives it back to Jorgensen. Dale on him defensively. Wing it around the perimeter as the Grizzlies will watch some cuts down low. Now Sorensen. 3 in the corner is no good. Fight for the rebound. Monroe knocked to the ground. And Kai Clegg is going to pick up his second personal. We will walk all the way to the free throw line. Riverton in the bonus. And Dre will shoot twice. Northside Auto Body is proud to support athletes across Fremont County. Give Northside Body Shop a call or stop by the shop on 2nd Street in Lander for all your automotive needs. First free throw by Dre is no good. Monroe still looking for his first point here early in this contest. Again, Riverton on top 11-9, but we've been tied 4 times already. Joe Clegg comes in. Kai Clegg comes out. There's Dre's first point. Second free throw is good. Matthews has it right side outside. Reloads up top to Easton Lloyd. Pass in traffic is gathered in by Jorgensen, who holds it way up top. Jorgensen dribbles in the GR logo, midcourt center area. Now 2 from the angle is left short by Sorensen. Offensive rebound, though back up with it is Matthews. Can't get it to go, but he draws the contact. And a Riverton foul will send Grace Idaho to the free throw stripe as Matthews, a junior, will toe the mark. Malachi Smith picks up his first personal, the 4th team foul on Riverton. First free throw was no good. One more on the way. That also rims out, and Monroe will sky for the rebound. This gym's going to fill up again here quick because the nightcap event is the fan favorite here, the three-point contest and slam dunk contest. Monroe draws a foul. He's got 2 more free throws coming up now. Foul fest here all of a sudden in the first quarter. Check the Grace foul in a moment. Have not put that up yet as Malachi knocks down, or Dre knocks down the first free throw. Trevor Matthews picks up his first personal. And a second free throw is no good, front of the rim. Matthews will grab the board. RHS with a 4-point advantage here with 1:30 remaining first quarter. Jorgensen. Go right side outside to Lloyd. Pass intended for a teammate in the paint is intercepted by Monroe, who hands back to Brody Dale. Brody's got Hauk in the corner. High post, they go to Monroe. Dre fakes left, goes right, has it swatted away, taken away by Sorensen. Outlet up ahead to Lloyd. Go right side on the perimeter to Jorgensen as we're at 1 minute to play first quarter. Lloyd with the basketball. Stop at the free throw line to Jorgensen. He'll try the 3. That's no good. Dishpans out and will be grabbed by Monroe. Brody Dale on the run for the Wolverines now. Give it to Paxton. 3 is off the mark, but Brody Dale is there to keep it alive for Riverton. Brody circles around the floor, hands back to Parker. Mid-range 2 is good. Parker Paxton from just inside the free throw line. Knock it down. Parker's in double figures already with 10 of Riverton's 15 points. And Grace head coach Rory Lloyd wants a timeout. That'll give us an opportunity to thank a couple of the folks who make this broadcast possible, like Baldwin Creek Rental Center in Lander. They've got you covered from equipment rentals to party needs. They're at 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander. Stop by and see how they can spice up your party. Also want to thank Elevate Rehab in Lander, offering comprehensive physical therapy. They've got a wide variety of services for you. Elevate Rehab is your ticket to health. Good luck to all Fremont County student athletes from Elevate Rehab on East Main in Lander. Give a shout out to Maria watching on County 10 stream. Says, let's go RHS. And of course, if you're driving around Fremont County right now, you can catch the audio on 105.1 Jack FM. It is a 6-point Riverton advantage, and Monroe going to get called for a quick foul deep in backcourt. First foul on Dre. And that'll be the 5th team foul with 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So a pair of free throws coming up on these new free throw rules this year. Talked a lot about that last weekend at the Stranigan Classic, and if you've been watching along, I'm sure you've got that down by now, but a reminder for everybody that it is now 5 fouls per quarter instead of the old 7 and 10 per half. There are no more 1-and-1s in high school basketball either, as Clegg will hit 1 of 2. And here come the Wolverines. Brody Dale at the top with the basketball. 5-point lead, 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. Brody hands to Parker Paxton, still way up top. Parker doing some work. Now will square up for a long 3 and drain it. Parker Paxton, give him 3 more. He's got 13, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So after 8 minutes, it's the Wolverines 18, Grace, Idaho 10. We are back in 60 seconds with more Wolverine basketball. You're watching on county10.com and listening on 105.1 Jack FM.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Find more Fremont County sports coverage on the County 10 Sports Podcast.
It has been. Wolverines are on top of Grace, Idaho, 18-10 after the first quarter. Parker Paxton leads all scorers by a lot with 13 first quarter points. Grace basketball here as we're back to action. Easton Lloyd launches a three-pointer. No good. Long off the front of the rebound. Will drift out of bounds and go back to RHS. Brody Dale with a slow jog across the time stripe. Dale met defensively by Sorensen. Will stop at the left elbow. Now hand to Parker Paxton. Dish it off to Dre Monroe. Off the window. Good. Dre's first field goal. He has a couple of free throws. He has 4. And Riverton now has doubled up the Grizzlies 20-10. Clegg in the paint doing some work. Turn around. Can't get it to sneak over the rim. Follow no good. And Paxton is there to take it away after 2 misses by the Grizzlies. Here's Monroe wide open for 3. Plenty of time to think about it. Front rims it no good. Kept alive by Hauk on the offensive rebound. Here's Hunter down low, squaring up with Clegg, and he'll reload way up top to Paxton. Paxton slips down on a behind-the-back dribble. Parker a little slow to get up in backcourt. Does bounce to his feet, though. Looks okay. Now give it up to Easton Lloyd. Lloyd will miss the shot. Can't get that to go. And Brody Dale is there for the Riverton rebound. Taken away by the Wolverines. Timeout asked for by Coach Bo Sheets. 20-10, Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho. Again, Parker Paxton with 13 of the first 20 points for the Wolverines. Dre Monroe has 4. Brody Dale has 3. Grace has a pretty balanced effort for just 10 points. They've got 5 players in the stat column already. Easton Lloyd has 3. 2 points for Kai Clegg. 2 points for Landon Moss. And Joe Clegg also with buckets. More basketball for you tomorrow on the County 10 Sports Network. We've mentioned the Riverton games a whole lot. Give a shout out to County 10 Sports Director Wyatt Barijka, who's in Douglas this evening with the Lander Lady Tigers. Lander escaped Pine Bluffs with a 2-point win. First ever meeting between Lander and Pine Bluffs girls basketball, and it was a good one too. Wyatt brought that to you. He's got more basketball starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning, so you can just make a whole marathon of it if you want to. Jason and I have you at 8 tomorrow. Wyatt's got you for more morning basketball. Then we're back in the afternoon. Wyatt will be back in the afternoon too. Here's Monroe out of the timeout. Dre spins around down low. Give it to Ty Sheets. Sheets gets by one man on the way up, is fouled. And Ty Sheets will go to the free throw line for the first time this evening. First personal foul on Rindless Baker. Ty toes the mark and lets it fly. He'll knock down free throw number 1. See Parker come back in after a real short rest. Hunter Hauk checks out of the Riverton lineup. Second for Ty is too strong, but Monroe grabs the offensive rebound. He'll hand back to Ty. Ty with a hand in his face. 3 is no good. And rebound to Brennan Sorensen, who clears it away for the Grizzlies. Underneath, they go to Clegg. Clegg works on Monroe. Can't get the shot to fall. And a fight for the rebound will result in a foul under the bucket. It's going to be a Wolverine foul on Eli Lucas. Eli's first. Apologies. Eli's second. Chase Smith is checked in for the Grizzlies. Right side, outside, Jorgensen on the dribble. Brody Dale gets screened. Pass intended for the paint is taken away by Paxton, though. Paxton racing down the floor is tied up. That was one of the fastest jump balls in that. I mean, Parker was going about 100 miles an hour down the court, and a defender got a hand on it. Possession arrow favors the Wolverines. Here's Parker in the corner. Go left side baseline past one, and then his hammered foul. Parker Paxton back to the free throw stripe where he is already 6 for 6 on this Friday evening. About 5.5 minutes left. The clock continues to run even though there's a stoppage here in the building. Parker's free throw is a swish. They will stop the clock now when about 15 extra seconds elapsed. Parker's second is good. 8 for 8 at the free throw line in the first half, and still 5:13 to play in the quarter. Jorgensen will find Matthews down low. Now 3 up top is knocked down by Jorgensen. Rafe Jorgensen with his first points of the game. Grace finds the first points of the second quarter, too. There's Monroe in the corner. Eli Lucas, baseline drive. Can't finish the shot, though. Lost his balance on the way up, and it just altered him a little bit. Jorgensen. Left side, outside with it for the Grizzlies. Riverton on top by 10, 23-13. 4.5 remaining second quarter on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Rinless Baker at the top in the GR logo. Now Jorgensen put it on the floor a couple of times, is defended by Brody Dale. Rinless Baker goes corner to Sorensen. Sorensen splits the defenders and travels while doing it. Wolverine ball as Brody Dale again will work it up the floor for RHS. Brody was our player of the game on the broadcast last night. Parker led him in scoring, but Brody had a great game. Here's Ty Sheets in the corner for 3. That's no good off the back of the iron. Eli Lucas tried to get around a defender for the rebound, but ultimately got more defender than basketball and picks up the foul, and that's Eli's third. So first player in foul trouble for Riverton is Eli Lucas with those 3 fouls. He's going to stay in at least for a moment. Now Hauk comes to the check-in stand. Jorgensen will fire up the Grace offense here in the half-court set. Lloyd, right side, outside, tried to go down low. Good snap pass idea to Matthews, but it goes off of his fingertips and is corralled by Ty Sheets. Back the other way we go. Brody Dale giving some directions. Hands backward to Sheets, and now Monroe has it. Back to Ty. Ty, another 3. That's no good. Ty's had some good looks, just finding a lot of the rim right now, but you know those are going to start going down soon. He's got himself in really good position several times. Inside of 3 minutes to play, second quarter action here. Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho by 10. Jorgensen, left side outside to Lloyd. Underneath, running, good body control. Chase Smith knocked down the 2. And Chase with his first points. Monroe, left side angle, will give back to Lucas. Eli still out there with those 3 fouls, by the way. Hauk has been wanting to check in for a while. Now, Dre, spin around at the free throw line. Dre's got Lucas open for 3 in the corner. That's no good. Missed everything and taken away by the Grizzlies. Up ahead to Sorensen. Sorensen, right side block is swatted by Dre Monroe. And finally a stoppage. Hauk and Gattenbein check in for Riverton. Hill and Joe Clegg return to the Grace lineup. 2:04 to play, second quarter. Clegg's gonna stop the dribble and hand back to Lloyd. Lloyd with a hand in his face, gonna knock it down for a long 2. Nice looking shot by Easton Lloyd. His first field goal. He does have 3 free throws though, so 5 points for Lloyd. Here's Paxton driving baseline to Monroe. Can't get it, but he's fouled on the way up. And more free throws for Dre. Straight ahead. Coach Rory Lloyd up off the bench, giving his players some instructions after the personal foul there on Easton Lloyd, his second. First one for Dre is good. Monroe now with 5, looking for 6. Lets it fly, swish. Riverton lead goes 25-17 with 1:37 remaining in the half. Buckle up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Coming up here thanks to Wydot. Clegg and back to Derek. And now Joe is going to charge as Hunter Hauk was under him. Good position the entire way for Hunter. And the third personal on Clegg. So he joins his brother Kai with 3 fouls. Eli Lucas for Riverton has 3 fouls. Keep an eye on that here as the game continues to develop. Gattenbein at the top to Monroe. Now give it to Paxton. Parker looking for a little bit of space on the dribble. Hand in his face. Knocked down along to Parker has got 17. And the Riverton lead back to double digits, up 27-17. Inside of a minute to play, second quarter action. 3 from the top, his front rim. Smith was all alone, couldn't hit the shot though. Long rebound muscled away by Paxton. Parker, long pass up ahead to Monroe. Dangerous. Gattenbein was almost able to save it, but just stepped on the end line. It'll go back to Grace. Good hustle play by Blake. Just a little too far off the playing surface. Jorgensen, right side perimeter, uses screen. Ball goes straight up in the air, slips out of his hands, and Hauk will take it away for Riverton. Here's Parker, long 3, NBA range, can't get it to go. Squared up, had the space. He's got the range, just didn't drop that time for him. Smith, high post to Matthews, inside of 10 seconds to play in the quarter. See if Grace can do something here before the buzzer goes off, and a push foul will be called with 2 seconds in the half. And that'll be the third team foul on Riverton. Was he shooting though? Look for a second like they were going to send him into the free throw line. Now they'll say ball out of bounds. Easton Lloyd to inbound, 2 seconds on the clock. Here comes a pass to Smith in the corner to Hill, who doesn't attempt a shot here. Didn't see there were only 2 seconds left, and we will go into the locker room with Riverton up by 10. At the break, it's the Wolverines 27, the Grace Idaho Grizzlies 17. Coming up, the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show is on the way. We will chat about first half scoring numbers, set you up for the second half of action here in just a couple of minutes. Once again, at the intermission, Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 27-17. The Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show coming up. This is Wolverine basketball on county10.com, where you can watch streaming video and you can listen to the audio on 105.1 Jack FM.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Looking for an upgrade to your vehicle? Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Road and more. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Coverage of the Flaming Gorge Tournament continues now on 105.1 Jack FM and county10.com.
Welcome you into halftime here at Green River High School. Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 27-17 after an entertaining first half of basketball. This is the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. WYDOT's, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, with the great reminder to always buckle your seatbelt every trip, every time. Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up for life, Wyoming. Let's take a look at first half scoring numbers. Let's start with the Grace Grizzlies. I did have a mystery bucket there at the end of the half, Grace, with 17 points, and I am missing 2 points for one person in particular, so I apologize for that. But unofficially, stat-wise, Easton Lloyd leads the way right now with 7 points. 2 points for Landon Moss, 2 points for Kai Clegg, 2 points for Joe Clegg, and 3 points for Rafe Jorgensen. Let's see here. For the Wolverines, it has been the Parker Paxton show. Parker has 17 first half points, so it's Grace 17, Parker Paxton 17 at the break. Parker is 8 for 8 from the free throw line. He's hit 3 2-pointers and 1 3-pointer as well for his 17 total points. Dre Monroe has 6, Brody Dale has 3, Ty Sheets has 1. So 4 in the point column for Riverton is all, but Parker Paxton with those first half 17 points is certainly one of the big headlines right now. Well, we've mentioned this a few times throughout the broadcast, but worth re-emphasizing that we, of course, have one more day of coverage here from the Flaming Gorge tournament, and we will be on the air very early tomorrow, 8 a.m. for the Riverton boys as they take on Thunder Basin. That's an interesting matchup. The first time Riverton will see a Wyoming opponent at this tournament. Thunder Basin has been very good. They lost some of their playmakers from a year ago and have a relatively young team. They still bring back a handful of senior starters, but most of their bench, we're looking at sophomores right now for Thunder Basin. So interesting to see what some of these newcomers at Thunder Basin will bring, and just interested to see how both of these teams react to playing at 8 in the morning tomorrow from Rock Springs High School. Lady Wolverines will conclude our tournament coverage tomorrow afternoon. 2:40 is their scheduled tip time as they take on a team that they've already seen this season, the Rollins Lady Outlaws. Lady Wolverines' only win so far is against that Rollins team. However, Rollins came out and knocked off 4A Evanston at this tournament. So day to day, things vary a lot in the game of basketball, and we'll see what Riverton and Rollins has in store for us tomorrow. You can watch both of those games right here on County 10's YouTube channel, and audio coverage, if that's easier for you too, on 105.1 Jack FM. Wyatt is broadcasting Lander Lady Tigers basketball from the Douglas Classic tomorrow. They knocked off Pine Bluffs tonight by 2 points, and Lander basketball going on at the Fieldhouse at LVHS for a boys tournament. So he's keeping you connected with more Fremont County sports there and at County 10's YouTube channel. This has been just a fantastic tournament again this year. Flaming Gorge is always a fan favorite. It's one of my favorites to come down to. Was years ago, and now I'm glad to have the opportunity to come back. I want to thank the Green River High School staff. Last couple of days they've had us here, and basically every single thing I've needed, they rushed to get and fix for me. Had questions the first day about the internet setup, and they were promptly on it, got me everything I needed, got us a good-looking stream and ready to go. Today, I asked for a table first thing, and had a woman that rushed to the janitor, and one of the janitorial staff lugged a giant table up here for me. So thanks to the Green River High School staff for putting on just a great tournament again this year, and we've still got a whole half a basketball left tonight and day tomorrow to soak it in and enjoy it here from Sweetwater County, but already looking forward to coming back down here next year for this one. Riverton will have a couple of weeks off as far as gameplay here over Christmas. They will be back at it practicing again next week, get a little bonus time off, of course, for the holidays and the new year. But that first weekend in January, we're off to the Cheyenne tournaments for 3 more days of basketball. So one more tournament to go in kind of the preseason here, if you will, before conference play. And then we'll really get into the doubleheader portion of the season in mid-January. Riverton will be back home on, as I forward my calendar to January the 13th. Riverton will be home January 13th. So I know that's a ways away, but definitely encourage you to mark it on your calendar and come out and support the Wolverines and Lady Wolverines. This has been the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 27-17. Let's sneak in a 60-second timeout. We're back for half number 2 right after this on county10.com and 105.1 Jack FM.
Tires, tires, and more tires. Bailey Tire and Auto Service offers a huge selection, great prices, and fantastic service.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Haley. With over 13,000 tires to choose, Bailey has tires for your ATV, farm implement, car, truck, trailer, semi, lawnmower, wheelbarrow, you name it. If it has a tire, Bailey Tire and Auto Service can fix it or replace it. Bailey Tire and Auto Service is your one-stop complete tire and service shop. Just remember, with Bailey's, there's no tricks, just tires.
Central Bank and Trust is a local bank that is focused on technology and convenience. We have a simpler online mortgage application process. You can use your computer or mobile device to upload required documents and sign them online. We have a variety of personal and business banking services. Stop in or visit centralbanktrust.com. We live here. We work here.
Proud to support the Wolverines and Lady Wolverines. We are County10.com.
Well, the third quarter is just about to begin, and Grace, Idaho has finally emerged from the locker room. Riverton came out about 3 minutes ago to shoot around, and Grace has just ran back out onto the floor with no time remaining on the halftime warm-up clock. Officials are going to get together, and looks like we are ready to go. Riverton's got their same starting five out there. Paxton, Monroe, Sheets, Dale, and Hauk. Officials chatting with Grace, Idaho, and I think because they were late back on the court, they're going to assess a technical foul, and Parker Paxton is going to shoot a couple more free throws. So, I don't know if I've seen this, but Grace late getting back on the court. And this is the second technical foul on Grace of the ball game. They had a scorebook issue. Parker got to shoot a couple of times in the first quarter. And Paxton continues to stand at the line while the officials will talk this over. Kai Clegg, Joe Clegg, Kobe Rinless Baker, Easton Lloyd, and one more are your Grace starters. He's got his jersey turned away from me. It's Brennan Sorensen. So same starting five for both teams. Again, Grace in their away red uniforms, trimmed with white lettering, Grace written across the front. Riverton in the home whites, trimmed in cardinal red and black. Wolverines, the Wolverine logo rather, on the back as Parker shoots the first one up and good. He's got one more. And Riverton written out across the front of their jerseys. Parker knocks them both in. How about this? Parker Paxton 10 for 10 from the free throw line. And technically we haven't played a second of the third quarter yet. So Riverton starts with 2 free throws and a technical foul. Grace late getting onto the floor out of the locker room. And even as a Riverton broadcaster / Riverton fan, you hate to see little stuff like that, and I'm sure just a miscommunication on the part of Grace, Idaho. Parker gets knocked to the floor on the way up. He'll go to the line for even more free throws. Let's just see how many free throws Parker can hit. He's going to compete in the three-point contest after this game, and he may just walk out of here as the free throw champion too in this contest. First one for Parker this time was no good, off the mark. He's got one more and he'll knock that down. So I jinxed him. He missed the first one. He's now 11 for 12. Still a pretty good night there for Parker with 21 points. Grace basketball, first time in the half-court set here in what already feels like a long third quarter with a lot going on. Clegg at the left side angle, goes down low to Matthews. Matthews is swatted by Brody Dale, taken away by Monroe. Here comes Brody in transition. Sheets goes one-on-one with his defender. Now we'll go through the lane. In the air, travels. Violation sends it back to the Grizz. Eli Lucas, the first third quarter substitution. Ty Sheets going to come out. He's going to hobble out of the game. Hopefully he's okay. Grasping kind of behind his right knee. Is walking around fine, just with a little bit of a limp. Sorensen run the baseline, drop it off for Clegg underneath. Clegg turnaround 2 is too strong, no good. Rebound tip to Rindless-Baker, though, who keeps it alive for the Grizzlies. Sorensen reloads up top, stripped by Brody Dale, but gathers it back in. Brody just all over him defensively. And a push foul on Parker Paxton. That's Parker's first. Wolverines up 30-17. Minute 15 gone by in the third quarter. Lloyd will pick up his dribble and find Matthews. Foul away from the ball, going to go against Grace. They'll get Joe Clegg down low on a player control foul. Didn't see it away from the basketball, way down low, and now Joe has 4 fouls. Kai and Joe both 4 personal fouls. 6:37 to play, third quarter. A lot of whistles in this one. A lot of free throws, especially by Parker Paxton. Here's Hauk with the dribble. Give it to Parker. Paxton has pressure all over him from Easton Lloyd. And now Parker is going to get charged for the offensive foul. Tried to shove off a little bit with that right forearm. Parker's second. Lloyd will hand back to Rindless-Baker, and Grace stares into the Riverton defense, taken away by Hauk. Pass was just a little too long. Hunter was right there. Here's Eli Lucas streaking to the basket, his first bucket of the game. Eli has a 2 up and in. Jorgensen, Monroe on him defensively, holds it way at the top. Rindless-Baker now watches a couple of cutters as Paxton on him defensively. Crowd really filing in here, lining the top of the gym. You may be able to see on your screen. Looks like games wrapping up all over the place as the crowd starting to settle in for what's to come later tonight, the 3-point shootout and slam dunk contest. Foul on Brody Dale as Easton Lloyd was going up, had a hand across his arm, and more free throws straight ahead. Easton Lloyd to the line, the senior with 5 points on the evening already, will knock down the first. Easton's got 1 more. Ty Sheets, Malachi Smith into the Riverton lineup. Lloyd back to the line, toes the mark, does a jump shot at the free throw line, knock it in. Whatever works if you're Easton Lloyd. 5:08 to play third quarter. Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 32-19. Eli Lucas with the player control foul. Both officials look at each other for a minute, and one official defers to the other, and they'll say Eli with the player control foul. Riverton Lady Wolverines have made it to the gym to cheer on their boys team and watch the dunk/3-point contest. Matthews underneath. First shot was no good. Second shot is swatted by Malachi. Malachi's got me tongue-tied on the rejection there. Eli Lucas for a long 2. That is a sweet-looking shot. Knock it down, Eli Lucas. It's a 15-point Riverton advantage. Jason, it feels like it's gotten a lot busier in here. As we stand in apparently an airport runway here with people all around us. Parker stripped and taken away from him. Now Jorgensen will reload to Easton Lloyd. Lloyd to Rindless-Baker. Rindless-Baker is fouled. No, travel. Travel first on Kobe. 34-19. It is a full gym here and filling up even more at Green River High School. A lot of the other games have just wrapped up from Lincoln Middle School, the auxiliary gym here at GRHS, and over in Rock Springs too, as this is the last game of the day in this time slot. All of these folks come over to watch the festivities afterward. 3-point shot by Paxton skims off to the right. And good job by Trevor Matthews, tousled down the board. Quickly, there's Rindless Baker, left baseline. Reload to Matthews. Ty Sheets will intercept the pass, take it away. Saw him make a lot of great catches as a football player, and he'll reel that one in on the basketball court. 3:15 to play third quarter. Malachi Smith, dish from Hauk. Malachi can't get it, but is fouled on his way up. And Smith will shoot. Wolverines with a 15-point advantage, 34-19, and Malachi Smith will have the opportunity First free throw from Malachi, bounces off the back of the iron a couple times, stays out. Dale and Aiden Kelly into the Riverton lineup. I've not seen a lot of Aiden today. He's played a lot of varsity minutes in prior games. That one will get a kind bounce for Malachi. Knock it down for his first point. Closing in on 3 minutes remaining third quarter. Derek Hill goes underneath to Matthews. Matthews loses the handle, grabs it, and gave a very, very soft slam with the basketball. He was frustrated with himself, knew he shouldn't spike the basketball, and just kind of placed it on the ground animatedly. Here's Paxton. Dish it off for Malachi. Malachi gets by one, then loses the handle on the way up. It's grabbed by Matthews. Trevor. Outlet pass to Easton Lloyd. Lloyd made Brody Dale slip down, and now we'll hand to Rindless Baker. Kobe, tough defense. Can't get much there. Aiden Kelly and Malachi Smith working on him defensively. Brody Dale is fouled in backcourt as Rafe Jorgensen commits the personal about 60 feet away from the hoop. It's going to be team foul number 5. And Brody Dale gets a couple of free throws here in just a moment. Say hello to Mike Bosner, the Riverton girls basketball coach, who apologized for not appearing on the post-game show after the girls, but he's got a lot of things to worry about here as far as logistics of a tournament, so no issues at all there as Brody knocks down the first of 2. Brody looking for his 5th point on the night, and he's got it to match his jersey number. RHS on top of Grace, Idaho now 37-19. They led 27-17 at halftime. Ahead of the pack was Derek Hill, who was open for a right-hand layup, who couldn't get it to drop, and Ryan Cox just checked in, gets the rebound. Monroe racing down the lane, that's no good. Rebound ricochets, and Matthews will finally scoop it up as Grace takes back over. Soft touch up and in from Rafe Jorgensen. Rafe with 5 points. And a nice bucket there for Grace. A much-needed one at this point. 1:45 remaining third quarter. There's Aiden Kelly to start up the Riverton offense, working on Sorensen. 2-3 zone shown by Grace. Here's Ty Sheets, long 3, left it short, but Ryan Cox is there for another rebound. Poked away, taken away finally by Jorgensen. Rafe into the front court, stop in the lane, off balance. 2 will not go. Monroe knocks it a long way out of bounds, and it'll go back to Grace. Well, Ryan Cox has played less than a minute of game time, already has a couple of rebounds, and now will check out, give a Wolverine some rest. Hunter Hauk returns to the lineup. Quality minute there by Ryan. Sorensen way up top. As sheets on him defensively, now an offensive foul. Dre Monroe ultimately was in there to take it under the basket, and Dre got knocked to the floor hard. Just put his head down and really didn't have much control, didn't really look up. Offensive foul there. Dre did a great job taking the player control foul. Inside of a minute, time remaining third quarter. Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 37-21. Here's Brody Dale past one defender. Now in deep, give it off to Hunter Hauk, lay it up and in. Brody Dale with a great assist. Hunter's first points. Hill to Jorgensen. He'll try a contested three. That's no good, and Hunter Hauk will clear the rebound. Here comes Brody jogging it into the front court. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Wolverines trying to add to this lead. Coach Sheets telling Brody to slow things down here for a few seconds. Parker has it on the dribble now. Back right side outside to Brody. 5 seconds. Here's Parker for three. It's good. Parker Paxton kind of had to readjust mid-air too. And at the buzzer, it's Parker Paxton for three to end the third quarter. So after three, it's the Riverton Wolverines 42, the Grace, Idaho Grizzlies 21. Come on back for the fourth quarter with us. We'll wrap it up after this timeout on 105.1 Jack FM and streaming video at county10.com.
Letters. 5 letters. Just think about, what am I doing right now? Smile. Smile? Uh-huh. This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police. But if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
This is Maven, award-winning optics for the adventurous. From binoculars to spotting scopes, Maven has you covered. Be prepared for scouting, wildlife watching, or any outdoor adventure. As a proud sponsor of local high school sports, we wish all the Fremont County athletes the best of luck this season. Visit mavenbuild.com for more information and to order. Maven, discover something new.
Back to the ball game. Here's the voice of Riverton Sports, Jared Anderson.
Fourth quarter has begun from Green River High School. Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 42-21. Three-pointer is up and good by Rafe Jorgensen, who has had a really nice second half. Jorgensen now with 8 points. Shot put up by Ty Sheets quickly the other direction is no good and muscled away by Grace, Idaho. So the Grizzlies not going away, trying to chip back into this thing with still 7:15 to play. Three in the corner by Lloyd. Hits the top of the backboard. Maybe should have been ruled out of bounds, but they'll keep playing. Riverton gets the rebound anyhow. Here's Monroe just beyond the free throw line, in and out. No good. And Riverton quickly one and done with their first two possessions of the fourth quarter. Smith, long two in the corner is no good. Volleyball match for the rebound for a second. Comes away to Parker Paxton. Parker will stop just inside the three-point line. No good off the mark there. Parker just not quite set. It's been 3 unproductive trips for Riverton to start the fourth quarter. Clegg fade away long two, no good. Parker snatches it away. Here comes Parker racing into the front court. Right hand layup is good. Clegg with those 4 fouls did not want to contest really. Parker Paxton, who just easily lays it up and in. Parker has 25 on the night, working on his next 1,000 points. Jorgensen, dish underneath. Clegg did a good job going to the floor, gathering it in, and draws the foul on Dre. Monroe picks up the personal. First foul of the fourth quarter on either side. Monroe's second. And free throws coming up for Clegg. First one, no good off the front of the rim. Kai's got one more. He's got 2 points on the night so far. Has been in foul trouble quite a bit. And timeout on the floor as Coach Rory Lloyd will take the timeout. And Riverton on top of Grace by 20 right now. I want to give a shout out to our Evanston friends at My Local Radio. They're going to be broadcasting the three-point shootout slam dunk contest. So you can do a quick Google search if you're interested in that here in another 30 minutes or so. My Local Radio out of Evanston will be bringing that to us. I know Parker Paxton is shooting in the three-point contest. I don't know if any Wolverines have opted into the dunk contest yet. I thought maybe Draymond Rowe or Eli Lucas would have a good shot at that, but I haven't heard if we will have any participants in Cardinal red and black or not. Get into our Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up after this. We'll chat briefly with Wolverine head coach Bo Sheets, select our player of the game. And there's still 6:09 remaining. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but there is one individual with a 25-point output tonight that I don't think we will ask Parker to come up, as he's got to get ready post this game to shoot in the three-point contest, as Clegg knocks down that free throw, his third point of the day. Quickly, Ty Sheets' layup is no good. Riverton really has not settled into their half-court set every trip so far this quarter. A lot of rushed shots knocked out of bounds by Ty. Stays Grace basketball. Lloyd to trigger it in under the Grace hoop. Rejection, Hunter Hauk sends the would-be Clegg shot out of bounds. Right back to the same spot for Easton Lloyd to inbound again under into the right of his own basket. Looking, barking out some instructions, wants to get it to Clegg, does so. Clegg can't get the shot to drop. Hauk takes a big deep breath on the rebound and gives it to Brody Dale, who works it up the floor. I'm trying to read Coach Sheets' mind from up here, but I bet he'd like to see a little more passing and a little more of an offensive set, which we're already seeing this time down from Riverton than we have comparatively to the last 3 or 4 possessions. As there's Parker Paxton getting free, laying it up and in. Parker's got 28. Pass underneath. Clegg is blocked by Dre Monroe. Big-time clean block as Dre will get a hold of that one. We've seen a lot of swats by these Wolverine defenders. Brody Dale just slipped and kept going, traveled. Feels like sometimes you hit a spot of perspiration on the floor and you just keep going, and that's exactly what Brody did there as he slid for the violation. Monroe comes out. Blake Gattenbein returns to the Wolverine lineup. 4 minutes, 53 seconds. It's time in regulation. Underneath, Chase Smith gets free, lay it up and in. Chase with 4 points on the evening. Parker Paxton will try another three from the top. That's no good. Rims out. Ty Sheets is there for the offensive rebound, though. Eli Lucas now with it way up top for Riverton, and he will reset the RHS offense. Here's Hauk to Gattenbein in the corner. Back to Eli Lucas. He'll stop for a long two from the top of the key. That's no good. Gets his own rebound, though, then immediately loses the handle. Chase will take it away for Grace, Idaho. Three from the top is knocked down by Rafe Jorgensen. Rafe in double digits with 11. And timeout asked for by Bo Sheets this time. So, midway through the fourth quarter, Riverton on top of Grace, Idaho, 46-30. This is our last broadcast of the tournament from Green River High School. We will have the opportunity to do our first game of the season from Rock Springs tomorrow morning. Riverton boys and Thunder Basin. That's 7:45 for our Porter's Tailgate show. And still a lot of game left here, so I don't want to jump to conclusions, but if Riverton hangs on, they will have an opportunity tomorrow to close out the tournament perfect, which would be a great way to conclude this and send the Wolverine boys on the bus trip home. Still 4 minutes of game time left, so a lot of things to decide here. 46-30, the RHS advantage. They led 27-17 at halftime. Riverton basketball out of the timeout. Parker Paxton slowly works it up the floor. Grace looks like they've gone back to a man-to-man defense, and here are the passes intercepted by Clegg. Clegg finger roll up and in. Kai with a nice play defensively and a soft touch to finger roll it up and in. Parker double teamed. Grace really trying to dig in defensively, it looks like, and make something happen. Parker fadeaway three is not going to drop. Long rebound gathered in by Eli. Great hustle. Gattenbein will pick up a loose ball. Now shot right hand is good. Blake Gattenbein's first points. And Riverton still with a sizable lead, but it kind of felt like a big bucket right there with Grace feeling pretty good about themselves. Three from Smith is no good, taken away, and now we're at 3 minutes to play. Wolverines up by 16. Hauk holds it. We'll give it to Lucas way up top near the midcourt center area. Eli, kill a couple of seconds and survey the floor. Now to Parker. Right side perimeter. Ty Sheets holds it. Ty, stop. Can't continue to hold it on the way up. Was stripped out of his hands. Now he falls in backcourt. Clegg the other way. Jump stop in the lane. Didn't get it to go. Hauk with some good defense down low again. And Riverton will come out of the skirmish with it. Parker Paxton. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Wolverines very happy to work a little bit of clock. Still got to look for some crisp passes here and work towards the bucket. As Ty Sheets gets tripped up, loses the handle out of bounds. And it would go to Grace with 1:55 left. Monroe and Dale will come in. Sheets and Hauk will check out. Fun to see and interact with some of these Idaho fans. Don't get the chance to talk out-of-state high school hoops very often, but Coach Sheets was complimentary yesterday, as here's an offensive foul on Grace. Eli Lucas in there to take it, and I think Clegg is just fouled out. He has, so checking out of the ball game, Joe Clegg with his 5th personal foul. I was saying Coach Sheets was very complimentary on the talent in high school basketball in the state of Idaho, the coaches in Idaho as well. So they present some good challenges for his squad, and that's what it's all about this time of the year, getting ready for the long haul down the stretch of the season. And he really likes that he's seen a lot of different teams and strategies here early on, not only at this one, but at the Stranigan Classic. As soon as we get the Cheyenne tournament schedule released, we'll post that for you at county10.com. There's Gattenbein, jump stop in the lane, hand back to Aiden Kelly. 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining. Riverton out in front, 48-32, trying to kill some clock. Now look for a shot. Eli Lucas to the basket, lay it up and in. Eli's got 6. Rafe Jorgensen goes to Lloyd in the corner, knocked to the floor, and now Dale gets knocked to the floor. Nothing called. They'll let him play on. There's Monroe trying to make something happen down the lane, and he's pushed off the ball and fouled. Just the second team foul of the quarter will be the 5th personal, though, on Kai Clegg. So the two brothers have kind of traded fouls for a while. They both picked up their 3rd late second quarter, both picked up their 4th early 3rd quarter, and now they foul out just a few seconds away from each other. 39 seconds remaining in the contest. Riverton looks like they're about to pick up their 4th win on the season. Monroe gets by a defender, gets it off. I was going to say got it to go, but it just rolled off of the rim and stays out. Monroe has 2 free throws straight ahead, though. Dre's got 6 on the day, looking to cushion those stats a little bit more. First one is good. So Riverton dispatched Bear Lake, Idaho last night, 66-37. Dre's second one stays out, no good, and they'll knock off their 2nd straight Idaho team this evening. 23 seconds left to play. Easton Lloyd to the rim, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around. Chase Smith comes away with it. Another block from Dre Monroe. He's had several rejections. And with 10 seconds, Riverton is just going to dribble this one out. Brody Dale will hand to Aiden Kelly. Coach Sheets says don't shoot, and they will not. Final score on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. The Wolverines 51, Grace, Idaho 32. Riverton improves to 4-2 on the young season and 2-0 here from the Flaming Gorge tournament. The Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show is on the way here in just a couple of moments. We'll hear from head coach Bo Sheets. We'll hear from one of our players of the game as well here in a couple of minutes. Once again, final score, Riverton 51, Grace, Idaho 32. We're back in a minute on county10.com and 105.1 Jack FM.
County 10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
Letters. 5 letters. Just think about, what am I doing right now? Smile. Smile? Uh-huh. This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
This is Maven, award-winning optics for the adventurous. From binoculars to spotting scopes, Maven has you covered. Be prepared for scouting, wildlife watching, or any outdoor adventure. As a proud sponsor of local high school sports, we wish all the Fremont County athletes the best of luck this season. Visit mavenbuild.com for more information and to order. Maven, discover something new.
Welcome you into the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Riverton victorious over Grace, Idaho this evening, 51-32. We are joined by one of our players of the game. I actually selected you last night as our player of the game from Tyler Watson, State Farm Insurance. Brody Dale, Riverton senior, joins us. Brody, first of all, congratulations on a great couple of nights. How are you feeling after this win?
I thought we played really solid, so I was pretty happy with our team effort. We've definitely picked it up on the defensive end, is where I think that we've picked it up the most, and that's just leading to more offense, pushing the tempo more. Starts with defense first. You're one of the key leaders on defense. Is that something you take a lot of pride in, is how tough you are defensively?
Yeah, I think it's fun just to get after somebody. I mean, when somebody's in your face, you hate it, so why not be the guy that they hate to have on them?
How do you prepare for that? How are you so good defensively?
So a lot in practice. When we divide up, I guard Parker just to give him as good a look as we can, and then it helps me the most too, as well.
Definitely, you have seen a couple of Idaho teams here. Do you like playing these out-of-state teams early in the season?
Yeah, they play a lot different than we do. They play a lot more zone than a 4A Wyoming team does, but other than that, they're just fun to play. Fun to see teams that you've never really seen before.
Awesome. You got the three-point contest, slam dunk contest tonight. Are you guys sticking around watching Parker?
Yeah, Parker's in it, so we're going to cheer for Parker for sure.
Perfect. So late night tonight. I don't want to bum you out, but a really early game tomorrow.
Yeah, leaving the hotel at 6:40 after a late night like this it's going to be an eventful.
Have you ever played an 8 a.m. game?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're ready for it. It'll be a short night of rest, but I'm sure you'll be raring to go. Do you know anything about Thunder Basin?
So we didn't watch them today. I know that their best player, I don't know if I pronounced his name right, but Bodie Williams, he's out, and he'll be back in a little bit. So they're down a player, but they play super good defense. So.
All right. We really appreciate you coming up, and congratulations on all the success.
Sweet, thank you.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to it again tomorrow. Brody Dale, our Tyler Watson State Farm player of the game last night here on the broadcast. We've got the head coach, Bo Sheets, coming up again. Riverton victorious over Grace, Idaho, 51-32. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Another hard-fought victory. Got to feel good going 2-0 here against a couple of Idaho teams.
Yeah, it was good to get both these out of the way. It's teams you're not familiar with that much. You get to play them every so often, and both teams are very well coached. They play hard. They did some individual things, like Grace, that big number 40, he was a handful in the middle, and they had good shooters and they played hard. So it was good to get out early and kind of maintain that lead. Sometimes it's tough when you do have a lead because you feel like if they make a run but you're still up 15 or 12 or 16, it feels like it's getting closer. So that's always hard to play with the lead sometimes, but very pleased with the boys today.
Brody was just telling us it's been fun seeing different looks from a different system, style of basketball with these Idaho teams. Is that good here early in the season?
It is, yeah. No, it is good to get other teams. It's always fun to play all the 4A schools too, so you know what you're up against coming late in the season for some postseason stuff. But honestly, it is fun sometimes to just show up, know a few things about a team, and just get after it.
Parker's in the three-point competition next. How do you think he'll fare?
He just played a really tough game, and he's been kind of fighting a groin injury. So we had some conversations about if he wanted to do it. He's a competitor, so he'll do it. It's tough for jump shooters because they jump so high. Usually the tall, skinny, kind of 6'5" guys that don't really have to jump, they usually fare pretty well. But I think Parker will do great.
Awesome. You got the early turnaround tomorrow as well. It'll be kind of a short rest night for you guys. You have confidence in your team waking up first thing and playing an 8 a.m. game?
I never have confidence in teenage boys, so it will be tough because we've got to wake up early. But that's what the hand we're dealt. So we wake up early and go play, and we get to play basketball. Not we have to wake up early. We get to wake up early and we get to play an amazing game. So that's the perspective we have to have. Hopefully we can have it.
All right, Coach, I'll let you go.
Right, thanks,
Sharon Parker, appreciate you coming up as always. Congrats on the win. Bo Sheets, head coach of the victorious Riverton Wolverines, 52-31. Let's take a final look at scoring numbers in this one here. Grace, Idaho, led offensively by Rafe Jorgensen with 11 points, 7 points for Easton Lloyd. Chase Smith finishes the evening with 6. Then it goes here. Kai Clegg finished with 5 points, 1 point for Joe Clegg, and I think I missed Landon Moss in there, had 2 points. For the Riverton Wolverines, Parker Paxton was phenomenal, 28 points, and goes 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Did not shoot a single free throw in the fourth quarter after he shot so many in the first 3 quarters. Dre Monroe finishes with 6 points for Eli Lucas, 2 points for Blake Gattenbein, 2 points for Hunter Hauk, 1 point for Malachi Smith, 1 point for Ty Sheets. Riverton improves to 4-2. They are now 2-0 from the Flaming Gorge Classic. Again, we'll be on at about 7:45 tomorrow morning with our Porter's Tailgate Show from Rock Springs High School as Riverton takes on Thunder Basin. Lady Wolverines fell earlier in the day to Lyman, 50-38. Lady Wolverines will try to pick up their first win on the tournament tomorrow against Rollins at 2:40. So we'll look forward to 2 more basketball games here tomorrow from the Flaming Gorge Classic. Thanks to Jason Peterson, our fantastic camera operator throughout the evening. And again, one more plug for our friends in Evanston across the way. My local radio, Evanston, will be airing the Slam Dunk 3-point contest here very soon. So if you want to watch Parker Paxton and the festivities, search for My Local Radio Evanston, and they will have it for you. We've got more basketball bright and early tomorrow on County10.com and Jack FM, so we will see you then. Once again, the final score, Riverton 51, Grace, Idaho 32. And we will sign off for the evening, send you back to Jack FM. For those of you on our stream, we will say farewell and have a great rest of your evening.